With promising fintech startups on the rise, the Qatari fintech market has grown in recent years. Despite the many regulatory challenges, there are plenty of public and private entities that have welcomed innovation in the fintech landscape and have provided considerable support to these startups to flourish in this sector. Amidst this collaborative ecosystem, we have recognized one such growing startup, SkipCash. Hello and welcome to Startup of the Month, where we bring you interesting startups from Qatar, the founders' incredible journey, and discuss how Qatar's evolving ecosystem has accelerated their innovation growth. This episode is powered by 360 Nautica, a venture builder and an ecosystem enabler that has been supporting startups with mentorship, investments, and operational resources to help them reach their highest potential. Today, I have with me a fintech enthusiast and an exceptional entrepreneur who has contributed to the digital and cashless economy of Qatar by simply saying goodbye to using cash payments. The founder and CEO of SkipCash, Mohammed al Delaimi. Hi Mohammed, thank you for being a part of our show. It's a pleasure.
No, I'm happy to be invited. Thanks so much.
So Mohammed, in the effort of eliminating using cash or any sort of contact payment, you've introduced SkipCash. I'm curious to know more about it. Can you tell us what is SkipCash and where did the idea originate from?
So SkipCash is a fintech app, so it's a mobile payment app. The idea of it is that you link your credit card securely in the app, and then you do it once, and later on whenever you walk into a cafe or a restaurant or you have a delivery at your house, and this merchant is already onboarded with SkipCash,
right.
You can just switch on your mobile app, scan the QR code, and pay the bill that you want to pay it. So right now, what we are doing is that SkipCash app is based on QR code technology. So you just need to scan the QR code from the cashier or from the driver who's coming to your house. We are also introducing something new, which is tap and pay. So you just only, if you are walking into a cafe, you just need to tap the NFC stand for SkipCash. So it's a little bit more advanced technology that we are providing to provide convenience for the customer, provide safety, especially during the COVID-19. We totally 100% contactless, so all the stuff that you are doing, it will be done on your mobile device.
Right. So quick and easy payment.
Yes. Yes,
when did you start SkipCash? How did you think about it?
Well, at the beginning of, I studied in my bachelor degree in UK.
Okay.
And during that time, Amazon was only selling books. Graduated in 2005. So I've been more into e-commerce payments at that time. And I get the experience. I mean, Amazon started implementing additional features, selling goods and items. I'm starting to pay even more for Amazon. And then later on, I started engaging with eBay, and I started using PayPal. And in 2010, I moved to United States and I worked there for 2 years. I become more experienced with the stuff as a customer, with the stuff available in the United States.
About the e-commerce.
Yes, e-commerce payments in general.
Okay.
And then later on, and when I came back, I saw there is a gap here in Doha.
Right.
I discussed with several merchants, several customers about the ideas in my mind. It was an idea at that time. Even I discussed with a couple of entrepreneurs, and then at that time I thought it might be the right time to do it here in Doha.
Right, that's great to hear. Going back to your app, so you mentioned that the customers link their credit card to the app?
Yes. So the idea behind SkipCash is that since we are providing convenience, customers need to feel this kind of convenience. So we thought of providing a digital, let's say, a digital app that you link your credit card securely. So we don't save the credit card information.
Okay.
It is being passed to the payment gateway provider, which in this case Visa. All the details of the credit card is saved in Visa. So nothing is saved in the app itself.
Right.
Or in our back-end servers. So you do it only once. This is the convenience. You don't need to top it up every time. We see it here from the feedback that we are getting from the market is that topping up is a little bit friction.
Hassle, yeah.
Yes, if there is value for the customer, he will do it, but to provide something different and something new, we thought of providing this kind of feature in our app that you link your credit card. So right now, credit card and prepaid card. Sooner we hope that we add the debit card also. But as you mentioned, you link it once and then that's it. You
and they're not
enjoy
specific to any banks.
No. Any bank, any card type. Right now we are enabling Visa and MasterCard. Later on we'll enable American Express.
Right.
And probably by the World Cup we'll also enable diners.
Definitely growth plans I see here. Yeah.
Well, this is something new, especially when it comes to FinTech. Even in technology in general, technology is right now is evolving very quickly in a rapid pace. So if we don't innovate and provide something new every time, when I mention every time, which means something that you provide every quarter. So in every 3 or 4 months, you need to provide something new for the customer. And I guess this is how
that helps
companies
to
evolve.
Engage with them as well,
yes,
I guess.
Yes.
Okay. So is SkipCash apt for just B2B businesses? How are you catering to home businesses?
Right now, SkipCash is for business consumers, so customers are paying directly to businesses.
Okay.
And this is including home business. So home business here in Doha, registered business, I mean,
Okay, yeah.
they have limitation when it comes to financial services. So they are not able to get a couple of services directly from the bank. So what we've done here in SkipCash is that we, let's say, formulate several services for them to help customers pay without using the cash. So the usual case is that when customer, for example, place an order for a catering event. So they place an order by a phone or WhatsApp or something like this, and they need to send their drivers with the cash deposit to secure that appointment. So what is happening now with the SkipCash, the home business owner, they just send them a payment request similar to PayPal, and they receive it in SkipCash as a push notification within the app, and they pay it even in 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So we reduce the hassle of sending drivers and collecting cash. Even for a home business owner, at the end of the week, they collect cash and deposit it into the bank. So we, let's say, remove this kind of process in the ecosystem of the home business sector.
Pretty smooth, pretty smooth.
Yeah, that's something that, yes, it is
Has
helpful.
people adapted to this whole
Well, for any startup providing something new, right now in Doha, FinTech is an old sector. So it's almost a 10 years, 12 years field. But here in Doha, it's almost introduced almost one year
it's
and a half.
very new, but it's trending.
Yes, and since it is new, even for banks, it is new definitely for startups.
Yeah.
And customers are more used to pay by cash, by card. So if we provide them something new, it will take time gradually. Yes, we do have a good traction. We released the app in December 2020.
Okay.
So as of now, we are in operation almost 6 or 7 months. We have 14,000 downloads. And almost 6,000 users who signed up and right now using the app.
That's impressive.
And there is also for 6,000 total users, and active customers are almost 2,300. So this is a good for a small startup, and this is a growing traction that we are going to build by using marketing campaign or offering incentive for the customers, incentives for the merchant also. So we hope, I mean, by end of this year we'll reach to almost 20 or 25,000 downloads. But this will require
Good.
much
I had
effort.
a question for that point. So let's focus on that point actually, because there are, as we just said, that there are a few other startups in the same sector. So how do you do things differently to stand out in the competition or meet market demands?
Yes, and any well-developed market, especially economy market, is open to competition. So it's not only from startup, but even from traditional conventional banking. So we are seeing that banks right now offering several products similar to wearable payments and those kind of services. Especially right now, we are seeing right now for startup that also jumping into payments. So with the SkipCash, so this is five players in the market.
Yeah.
What we can do, what we are doing right now is that when it comes to customer experience, when it comes to convenience for the customer, also different kind of services for the merchants to help them, let's say, monitor their transaction, frequent settlement reporting, also accessing the real-time dashboard for all the transactions. This is for the merchant side.
Okay.
But for the customer also, how they track their spending, how they can capitalize on coupons and vouchers from merchants in the app, and also beyond the app. So we are offering right now what we have almost four features in the app. We have in the pipeline almost 4 more features that we are planning to do. So this will keep us a little bit, maybe 2 steps ahead of the competition. This is when it comes to product development, but when it comes to discussing with partners, with stakeholders here in Doha, this is very important for any startup to build their relationship with current financial institution. Either banks, either established company, which is telecom operators, or even for the financial sector when it comes to schemes similar to Visa and MasterCard.
Right.
With the right argument, with the right product proposition, and the right business model, we can achieve a good relationship 100%. With those institutions, which help us release the products in a different strategy and a different, let's say, approach. This will help us keep us, let's say, not 2 or maybe 5 steps ahead of competition.
That's nice. That's nice. What kind of merchants have you onboarded so far?
So there is 2 things to answer this question. So there is use cases and there is a type of businesses. So in terms of use cases, right now we are exploring different of use cases. For example, paying in a store, so whether cafe or restaurants, retail shops. Paying for a transportation, so similar to you're riding an Uber or Careem or something like this, and you can pay the driver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There is food delivery companies that if you choose to pay cash, and this is customer habit, they want to receive the order first, then pay. We're not going to change. We let them pay in the cash on delivery.
Yeah.
And instead, they will pay the driver by scanning the code and pay it digitally. There is also for outdoor events, similar to exhibition, food festival.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Those 100 merchants who are available at that event, we saw that there is almost 70% of them are using cash only. Only 30% who have banking point of sale, the card machines. So these are several use cases that right now we are tackling. When it comes to merchants and merchant segments, we are in the food and beverage, medical, food delivery companies also, fitness, which is gym, outdoor activities, e-commerce also. So we are offering e-commerce not only for cash and delivery, but also for online payments as a payment gateway.
Pretty flexible.
Yes. So and this is the experience that we want to provide the customer, is that it is a unified experience. So if he's entering a cafe, he can use a SkipCash. If he's sitting at home, he can use a SkipCash. If he's shopping online, he will use a SkipCash. So it's one solution that
For
help him.
everything. Fits everything.
Yes, yes.
Right. So, in your experience, how has Qatar adapted to these trending fintech solutions, be it digital wallets, tap or scan payments? How has the public or private entities helped you to adapt to these?
Well, first of all, right now what we are seeing here in Doha, especially from the regulator, we're seeing right now they are moving in an accelerated pace to provide frameworks, sandbox, and also regulation to help fintech players or fintech companies to offer even additional services from the traditional fintech services. So QCB, Qatar Central Bank right now is moving. They are in a good position to join, let's say, the region to provide those kind of frameworks and sandboxing. We're also seeing Qatar Development Bank offering Qatar FinTech Hub, which is a good initiative, and we participated at the beginning with them, which help mentoring, let's say, investment round for the companies who are onboarded in the incubation. And this is a very good initiative as a government entity. But what we are seeing from SkipCash, especially companies or entities that help us at the beginning, we received a huge support from Ministry of Transport and Communication, especially from Digital Incubation Center.
Were you part of their incubation?
Yes, we enjoyed them in 2019. We got the third place in the KitCom Idea Camp competition.
Oh, that's great.
They give us a good check, so we used it for developing our.
It definitely gave a boost to your entire startups to launch.
It gives faith and credibility for this segment, for this sector. Yes. Right. And also we got product development fund from KSTP.
Oh.
So this even provides us a huge support when it comes to development our platform and core services. So we received 700,000 from them. So it's a good boost for us. And the main support that we got is from Visa. We had a discussion with them several times. This is also help us to see with the right argument there is a mutual benefit that we can offer even for bigger entities. And when we discussing with Visa, they saw our business model and they let's say have confidence that we will provide a different experience for the customers, and not only this, but even for the biggest event that happening inshallah next year, which is the World Cup. Visitors that coming to Doha, probably they visited Russia for the World Cup games, probably they visited Brazil. So once they come to Doha, they will find different experience, which is different than the previous game. And also Supreme Committee for Delivery and Legacy, they also help us to provide the SkipCash in the last integration of Al Stadium.
Oh, they have.
Yes, so in the fan zone there were 12 merchants providing food and beverage services. So we participated with 4 merchants. So fans who are attending the fan zone, they just scan and pay and get their drinks without touching anything else. Yes.
So you've received tremendous support from the ecosystem here. That's great to know. So while figuring out your way as an entrepreneur, what was your main kind of takeaway, learning?
Any kind of startup, whether it is in fintech, in food and beverage, in technology in general, or any kind of business, it's not an easy thing. Even if you have the brightest idea, you will need to, of course, secure a lot of effort. You need to put a lot of effort on the ground, because there is internal development that you need to do for the product that you're offering. You need to convince investors that there is a huge potential for this kind of product in this market. and this is not an easy job to convince investors, especially in MENA region, or maybe especially in Doha, because startup ecosystem, when it comes to technology, it's a very immature market.
It's just picking up.
It's just picking up, yes. And with the competition, so it makes it even difficult to secure to secure investment. And then later on, you keep growing your development. So as any kind of entrepreneur, he will see this kind of three challenges that he need to put a plan, keep having focus, especially keep control of himself, because sometimes there is ups and downs in the business, so he need to feel strong when it comes to downtime, or what I say, and when it's up, he feels excited to motivate himself and motivate his team. So it is achievable, it is possible, but it's challenging.
It's challenging. It's a lot of struggling before you get to the good part.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so SkipCash is undoubtedly contributing to the cashless economy of Qatar. So, but some public entities and banks have accepted digital payments and wallets as the go-to solution for contactless payments. My question is, like, are you identifying it as an opportunity for collaboration or as a threat?
In general, to see those products or those banks offering technology products, it's good for the economy, because eventually it will spread awareness how this technology is helping customers.
Correct.
Is helping the life of the customer, so how to do payments. So I wouldn't say it's a competition or it's going to be challenging. It's an opportunity, as I mentioned earlier, with the right argument with the bank. If they consider you as a threat or then the discussion will not move anyway. So since bank right now offering certain products related to payments, it means they are open to even further development in their portfolio of products. So this is where startups comes into place. So startups, they are pivoting, let's say, smoothly, because they are a small entity. So they can adjust their product, which fulfill any kind of objective that if they want to start in discussing with the banks. So they can pivot their product to meet the local banks if there is any kind of partnership that's going to happen. So I believe with this kind of move from the banks, it would definitely create opportunity, but eventually it will, banks will, between each other, not with startup, there'll
be certain competition between the banks.
So certain banks will say, okay, I will work with this company. Then other bank, okay, I will work with the other company, which is something usual. There's a
demand for innovation.
Yes,
it depends on the banks how they use it.
So as you mentioned earlier, there are almost 5 startups right now here in Doha. There will be even room for more. That's why banks. That's why I said earlier that with the right arguments, all the startups will have an opportunity discussing with the banks. So it's a matter of how you create your business model, how you achieve your discussion with the banks. I believe it will be an opportunity.
Certainly. Okay, Mohammed, as we approach towards the end of our episode, I just have 2 more questions for you. Any words of advice for new entrepreneurs?
Well, for entrepreneurs who are hesitant to start or something like this, there will be no time that you think yourself that you are ready to start. So if you're feeling that, okay, I will build my capability, I will learn something new so I can be better or I can be stronger in certain segment, then I will start. There is no such time that once you will not. I mean, you will never be ready. So for any entrepreneur, they shouldn't be fearful of this kind of idea. It's a matter that you need to be dedicated. You need to be dedicated to your idea. Every time you will face a challenge, you will still need to learn something new. This is an ongoing journey. And the more you believe in your idea, I guess the more strong you will be whenever it comes to the ups and downs in the business. So because if you don't believe in your idea, you will quit on the first challenge.
Such beautiful words of advice. Where can people find your app to download? How do they
Well, yes, the most important question.
Yes.
Well, SkipCash right now is available in Apple Store, and it's available in Google Play, so it's for iOS and Android.
Awesome.
And you can also follow up in our social media account, where you can find frequent updates about the merchants who are onboarded to us. And right now just 2 days ago, we achieved 200 merchants in our platform, and they are distributed
200, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. And those 200, they are available in 280 locations. So they have multiple branches
across Qatar.
So in Doha, in Al Wakra, and in Al Khor. So you can find us almost everywhere. Even in the Doha airport, you will find 3 merchants who have.
So people traveling, you know
you
where
can,
to
yes,
use.
they can use SkipCash. So it's a good start for us. I mean, just to prepare ourselves for the World Cup. This is our main target.
Brilliant. Thank you for such an enriching session. I'm sure your invaluable insights will help a lot of entrepreneurs in their journey forward. Yes. And good luck for SkipCash.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
I was in conversation with Mohammed al Delaimi, the MD and founder of SkipCash. I shall be back next month with another exciting startup and their journey. Until then, keep following Qatar Day on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.